Let's talk about The Acolyte, episode 7. So we'll give our scores and then give our overall thoughts on the episode and then move into spoilers. So Alex, you want to kick us off on this one for The Acolyte, episode 7?
Yes. Acolyte, episode 7. So there's only going to be 8 episodes total, right?
Yep.
So this is the second to last episode.
The penultimate episode of the season, yes.
Yeah. So this one, I mean, was the same thing as the third episode, but maybe slightly, it's not even better. It's kind of cool because we saw lightsabers, but like that's it, and it's kind of dumb. I'll give this one, I gave episode 3 a 0 out of 10. I'll give this one a 1 out of 10 because I saw a lightsaber, but it was just as trash. It was pretty much the same thing, but different point of views. It had the outcome we knew was coming, and also some of the motives were so stupid. Like, so the Jedi, his name is...
Torben?
Yeah, yes, Torben. Yeah, so his motives, I don't know, it's just stupid.
Yeah, very weird. And we'll definitely get into that in the spoilers.
Yeah, there are some moments like that with the characters just trash. I mean, like I said, I think I might have liked this one slightly more because it had soul, but like I kind of don't like it more because it's literally episode 3, just a different point of view. So yeah, it was trash. It was trash. I can't believe we had 2 episodes in an 8-episode season of the same thing that should have been condensed into 1 episode and should have been arranged to be the first episode of the series. It was trash. 1 out of 10.
I agree. I did not like this episode. We're rehashing the same boring episode from a slightly different perspective that didn't really give us that much more information, and I thought we were going to get some surprises, but it pretty much went exactly as it kind of seemed like it would, even though it doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
I think I gave episode 3 a 2. I'm going to give this one, I was between a 2 or a 3 just because of the lightsaber, but I feel like I'm going to have to give this one a 2. I just did not like it.
Nope.
We did see it from a different perspective, but I don't feel like it really added much.
No, it could have been condensed in 1 episode,
yeah,
right?
Like, what was the point of episode 3 if they were just going to show us the same thing? Like, we would have gotten the same information, basically, in episode 7. I just did not understand the point of it.
It wasn't even an interesting, because some shows or movies will do a different point of view, but it's like, it's interesting, right? Like, they kind of set it up in the other episode, and then, like, you could see moments where, like, oh, I kind of want to see what happened over there. And then you do see it later on.
Yep.
And this didn't do any of that. There's no setup to get excited about a different point of view or anything. It was nothing. It was a nothing episode. I can't believe in an 8-episode season, 2 of the episodes were of the same thing and of something that's so basic and dumb.
And boring.
And boring. They didn't need to show any of this. You could have just told this. You know, we could have just learned this through Soul's dialogue or motives or throughout a season. You don't need to see all this.
He could have said 2 lines and told us exactly what we needed to know.
Yeah. And again, I hate saying it about kid actors, but the twins are just god-awful acting. Like, my God, it's horrible. But yeah, I mean, we could talk about more in spoilers, but I don't think anyone cares. But we'll still warn you.
Yeah, I will say I agree with you with the character reasons for doing things was so dumb in this one. They did not give good reasons, but we'll get into that in the spoilers.
That was so dumb.
So let's talk about spoilers for this episode. So spoiler alert for The Acolyte.
Not much spoilers. Not much, though. Sorry to interrupt. But I'm just saying, there's not much spoilers.
So watch at your own peril. The show, I mean, not this.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so Torben's reasoning for going to get the twins is because he wants to go home.
He misses home.
And to that I say, why did you think becoming a Jedi was a good idea? Because they're like never home. Like they're always away from Coruscant doing stuff.
He sounds like a whiny teenager that his parents forced to go to summer camp or something.
Yeah. I've seen people making the argument that when the witches got in his head and when the witches got into Kelnaka's head, that's why they like kind of feel regret Kelnaka has the witches thing, but like they didn't really explain that very well, first of all, and what happened doesn't seem to warrant all of the like Kelnaka and Torben going into basically exile or meditating for the rest of their lives.
No.
Like it seems so weirdly written.
Like why was Torben torturing himself, not speaking and meditating for all these years? Just because, like you said, maybe because the witch went in his mind or something, but like you said, I don't know, there's nothing about about that. It is weird.
Yeah, very weird.
And then, I mean, of course, they had the evil one's May. He like locks her sister in the room, and like what? So her plan was to burn something, but didn't want to burn it that much. I don't quite.
It makes no sense. And Coral, one of the moms at the beginning of this episode, like also riled her up and like made her madder and like basically set her to do this. And like it's just it makes no sense. Why? What? I don't get it.
Yeah, she was like telling her like use your anger, do this, like be mad, like defend it. What? I didn't understand it.
I want to go over like what we actually learned that was new in this episode, because I don't feel like there was that much, and the stuff we did learn doesn't really change much. So we learned the reasoning for the Jedi going back for the twins, which is like Sol really felt connected to Osha, and then Torben was sad about missing home, so he went to try and get them so that he could go home, I guess.
Yeah.
We learned that the noise that alerted the mothers was just Sol, and they somehow knew that from a tiny little noise that all the Jedi were there, I guess, kinda?
Yeah, they didn't even see, yeah.
And then we learned that Sol was holding up both the twins and made a choice to save Osha over May, and that Sol killed the mom. Like, that's basically it. Like, I don't know.
Why did he have to confess to May, though, in the last episode? May knows all this.
Yeah, that's a very good point. He should be telling this. He should have told this to Osha. She's the one who doesn't really know.
Yeah. It's like, what does May not know that? Because she saw him kill her mom.
Yep.
And I guess we learned that they're the same being, right? They're not like they have same DNA, same everything, right? So like,
yeah, just split into two.
I don't understand that. I don't understand any of this.
And they still didn't explain, like, did she create them as one and then split them up, or was it a regular like creation and then she split them into two? And that like it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, like it still isn't explained very well. Like this episode, I feel like should have given us some answers, but it gave us the answers to things that personally I don't really care about, and I don't feel like it has that much to do with the overall interesting parts of the story.
This was like the setup for the finale.
That's my biggest question about this episode, is like, how the heck are they gonna wrap this up into a solid story that's not gonna need like several other seasons?
They're not.
Yeah, they're not. Like, I just don't see what they're gonna do in the last episode to save this. It feels so all over the place.
Like, seriously. And you know it's gonna be a 28-minute episode. Mm-hmm. 35 minutes with 6 minutes of credits.
Also, the ending song was kind of weird.
I turned it off so fast. I didn't hear about that until I saw. It was
like some R&B thing. It did not feel Star Wars-y at all. I don't know.
I literally turned it off that fast.
I don't blame you.
The second the credits, I turned it off. So I didn't know about this pop R&B song or whatever until I read it afterwards. Like, there what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I listened to it afterwards, and it was kind of weird.
I have one other thing that I guess two other things. The first one is they set it up like May wasn't the one who set the fire, like something else bigger happened, and then it just ended that like she did start the fire and it did burn down a whole brick building, a mining facility that should be able to withstand a single fire. That was really dumb. But the bigger thing for me is, why did all those witches die? Or did they die when Indara like interrupted their ceremony? They all just like passed out or died. I couldn't tell. And then I guess maybe the fire got them after if they didn't fully die. that made no sense to me. What happened there?
That was weird. It's from what it looked like for me. Indara went into the Wookiee master, the Wookiee Jedi's mind to Kilmaka to stop the witches from doing it. Apparently they're all huddled up, helping the mom of the witches. What's her name? Mother Anastasia control the Wookiee Jedi, and she got them out of his mind and they died. I got the sense that they were dead.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why.
I don't know how.
I don't get it.
I mean, I don't what did she do? I don't get it. I don't get that either. Maybe they were so connected to his mind. I don't know, but who knows? Who knows, Caleb?
Yeah, I don't.
Who knows?
I don't.
Who knows? And so Sol and Torben fighting him, that was kind of cool, right? I think I was so bored, that was cooler than I probably think it was.
Yeah, I think it was pretty cool. It had some cool shots, and fighting a Wookiee Jedi is but it should have been cooler.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they did have some cool shots.
Yeah.
Like Soul,
I'll
they
give
had
that
some
to
little slow-mo shots of Soul kind of dodging the lightsaber. So that was, the 30 seconds, that was pretty cool. That's why I gave it a 1 instead of a 0.
Yeah. I feel like Soul is almost more dangerous without his lightsaber. He's had more cool, like, hand-to-hand stuff than lightsaber fights at this point.
Yeah. So my other question is, so before Soul killed Mother Anastasia, what was she going to do? Like, she's turning into that black mist thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I have two thoughts on it. It could be either she's, like, teleporting them away if she can teleport, or she's doing something to their minds to make them invisible to the other people or something so they can get away. But again, not really explained. Just some witchy stuff that we don't know. She started turning black and smoky.
Yeah.
I don't really blame Soul for killing her. I mean, she was doing some weird witch crap and he wasn't sure what it was going to do. And
yeah, he's like, what is this madness?
Yeah,
like,
in my mind, him doing that is super desperate because, I mean, she's turning into smoke. It's hard, like, to know if you'll actually kill her or if she'll just, like, go right through it. So, I don't know. I don't think Soul really has anything to be that guilty about, except for maybe, like, once he caught up to Torben not trying to turn him around or something, he just kind of went along with it and went into the place. But that's pretty much it. I guess having to make the choice between Osha and May, but there's not much he could have done at that point.
No, and that scene where he kind of picked between saving Osha or May, this is just me nitpicking, but instead of, like, stopping the bridge, wouldn't it be easier to, like, hold them up?
Yeah, I thought of that too.
But I mean, I guess I do like how they made him make a choice and he actively made that choice and it wasn't some cop out. I will say that.
True.
I do like he made that choice, whether he wants to say he didn't or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's literally it. I mean, we talked about episode 3 in the last episode. And that's pretty much the only differences we saw. The Jedi's point of view, Master Indira was the other thing that seemed weird was, them using like metal detector things there. It just looked, it was just weird. Didn't it just look off like for Star Wars?
Force metal detectors. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I did not get that.
And I get what she was saying. Like, I get her point of view. Like, she's saying you don't mess with it. Your feelings are attached. Like, that's what Jedi's are, are supposed to be. But hence why I do feel like, I know you mentioned that Soul is kind of like the Qui-Gon Jinn.
Mm-hmm. He kind of had that same thing with Anakin of feeling like the Force was drawing. And it's hard to tell if it was the Force working or if it's just what he wanted to feel because he wanted a Padawan.
So yeah, like the scenes with Master Indira and Soul were kind of interesting. Torben was just the dumbest Jedi in the show, man.
And Kelnaka did nothing wrong either. I don't feel like he has anything to blame.
No.
Although, it's so funny that there was, like, the one line where he's like, my mind is fortified. Like, it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess you're safe then. Cool. But Kelnaka's not. Okay.
Thank God we didn't have to see the witch chant again, at least.
Yeah, we saw a little bit when they were doing the stuff before they died, but yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
This show is just so silly. It's written so weirdly and all over the place and just not great. Not my favorite.
It's just straight up it's just not interesting. It's not even, like, entertaining bad. It's just boring bad.
Yeah, and that sucks because I was really looking forward to the High Republic era, and hopefully we get more stuff, but I don't know.
And I was reading an article, and it was saying, the writers want the actors for Yord and Jackie. We hope we can do another, like, even if it's a different show with the actors to kind of learn their backstories, their fan favorites. And I was thinking, fan favorites? Are they really? I mean, people like the way Jackie fought.
Interesting, but I don't know about that one.
But did anyone really like Yord though? Like,
he was kind of funny comic relief at certain points, I guess, but that's about it.
He was like a doofus. Like, I could not take Yord seriously. But yeah, it's not good. And to be honest, let's be real. The finale, maybe, I guarantee this is what's going to happen. Number 1, it's going to be short. Number 2, it's going to be boring for 99% of the time. And then we're going to get like 2 minutes or 5 minutes of a cool lightsaber fight. And then they'll try to do some reveal or something that will try to get people hyped. Like, it's, Darth Plagueis or something or whatever is in control commercial or something to try to get everyone hyped, and that'll be how it ends. They're going to try to sucker us in with something like that.
Yeah,
Watch.
and they're going to have the twins switch where Osha's going to be bad and the Acolyte under Kamir, and then May's going to be with Soul and not as bad, and that'll be the setup for the next season.
Which there won't be one. I would be surprised if there's a second season.
Same.
Although maybe I won't be because it's Disney. So, but yeah, honestly, there's not much else I have on this episode. Seriously, like there's nothing new. Nothing new that's of interest, I should say.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's all I had to talk about on this one. That was not my favorite episode.
Yeah, we're starting off with the worst of the 3 episodes we're talking about.